With the release of Shazam, we're now up to 7 different movies in the DCEU. This may not be the best series of movies in the world. There are some gems, but there are also some bad ones. This may contain spoilers, so let's dive in. So at number 7 is Batman v Superman. I absolutely hate this movie. I was incredibly excited. The idea was pitched very well. I thought this was going to be handled well because, it's one of the biggest, probably one of the most anticipated movies of 2016 for some people. And then it came out and it just flopped hard, guys. I mean, this is a classic question, like who would win between a fight between Batman and Superman. And, they gave us the answer to that in this movie, but it felt sort of clouded. Some of the stuff in this movie is just very confusing. It loses people. Doomsday just looks so stupidly done. The ending is it's alright, but this is definitely my least favorite in the DCEU. My personal opinion. At number 6 is gonna be Man of Steel. This is gonna be a unpopular opinion. So, yeah. I really could not get into this movie. Some parts of it were very entertaining, some of the backstory for Superman. The fight with Zod is very entertaining, but, I just couldn't get into certain parts of this movie. It's extremely slow at some points, and then it just goes to straight up action, Kryptonians fighting. I do like the ending. The ending is very well done. How he kills Zod. Everybody's looking at him like he's a monster, throughout some of the movie. I thought that was very well done. And that was probably one of the best parts of the movie is the final battle, two Kryptonians battling it out, to be the better and rule over these people, or, at least be the savior that the city needs. So now, coming in at number 5 is going to be, oh man, what is number 5? What did I put? Oh yeah, Justice League. Justice League is an interesting movie. Zack Snyder did this, and he did his best. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, it's a decent movie. I already have my movie review for that. It's in the movie reviews playlist on my channel. You guys can find it. I thought it was a decent movie, It wasn't bad, but it wasn't, like, the all-time greatest. It's not Avengers level of crossover, geek out fandom madness. It was good to, see, like, they're bringing in Flash, Aquaman, and, this was a very inventive movie. It just was alright. So then at number 4 is Suicide Squad. I know this is going to be a very unpopular opinion because some people absolutely despise this movie. But I find Suicide Squad very entertaining, extremely pleasant experience. There are some weaknesses to it. Jared Leto, as the Joker was one of them for a lot of people. I actually really did like his craziness. He was a little bit over the top, but I did like his craziness and his attitude. The tattoos was great. The flashbacks between him and Harley in the movie are great. Will Smith is Deadshot. Jai Courtney is Captain Boomerang. Viola Davis as Amanda Waller was great. This is just hands down a very entertaining film, and it's not very dark, it's very fun loving, and I cannot wait for more of this. Coming in at number 3 is going to be Wonder Woman, and I really enjoy this movie. Whether you're talking about the war stuff, her, going over the wall and then, fighting to the other side, helping end the war, the final fight with Ares, her talking to her talking to Steve or some of the other military guys, Steve Trevor's final moments. Chris Pine did a fantastic job as Steve Trevor in this movie. I really didn't think he was going to be all that interesting, but I actually found him a very compelling character, and teaming him up with Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, of course, just made it so much better. And Ares, I actually find as a really cool villain. Even the doctor with like the messed up face, and the subplot about them trying to get the medicine and everything, or the serum that kills everybody out of the villain's hands. This is just a very fun, cool. It's a very cool war movie. It's a war movie in and of itself. It's not really classified as a war movie, but I would consider this a war movie. If you love Captain America: The First Avenger, just adding Chris Pine and Gal Gadot, and you will love Wonder Woman. At number 2 is Shazam. Now, I really did love this movie. I watched it today. The review will be up on Wednesday. By the way, guys, I'm going to start doing reviews on Wednesday and then Saturday. So that's how the movie reviews are going to work. But I really did love this movie. Zack Snyder. Zachary Levi does a fantastic job as Shazam himself. Then you have Jack Dylan Grazer from It mixed in there, which is great. Cooper Andrews, who plays Jerry in The Walking Dead, has a very small role, but he still gets some good one-liners and stuff in there. And the final act is very nice. The fight with whether you're talking about the fight with Dr. Savannah, and here's where some spoilers comes in for Shazam. Okay, I'm hoping you're gone. The transformation of all the other foster kids that Billy Batson is with now in his new family, the transformation of all of them into their own separate Shazam superhero type figures, was fantastic, and it was a very inventive, fun film. While there was some dark moments in it, it has a little bit of trouble finding like where it's placed at exactly in terms of audience. It has some dark stuff and some comedy. I really did find out this was a fantastic experience. But at number 1 for me, my favorite movie in the DCEU, by the way, it's my opinion. I know people will disagree with me, but my favorite movie in the in the DCEU, sorry, is Aquaman. This movie just absolutely blew me away when I saw it in the theaters, whether they're talking about the epic CGI, the fight between him and Orm. By the way, the review for Aquaman is going to come too. I just didn't get a chance to do it when I saw it. But this is going to be a truly great, it's just a truly great way to introduce this character. We already got a sprinkle of him in Justice League and a little bit of him in Batman v Superman, and then this all led up to this epic sort of like origin story that we never really knew that we wanted, but we're glad that we do have it. James Wan does an absolutely fantastic job presenting the character of Aquaman, played by Jason Momoa. By the way, he was freaking awesome. Plus you have Mara in there. You have Black Manta. Orm is cool in this movie. The mom, I forget what her name is. Atlanta, I think, is her name. And then Willem Dafoe is also in there, which is great. I just found out in the theater that this is just a fantastic origin film. So that was my 7 DCEU movies ranked worst to best list. Let me know what your ranking list is. Let's have a nice, kind discussion in the comments. I'll see you guys next time.